How's it going, everybody? Driver Video 3 here, and today we are taking a fourth and final look at the Oxbo DLC coming out on September 19th, 2023. And right here in front of me, I have the 6030. Now, this thing is a multi-row sprayer. If you're into vineyards, you're definitely going to want this right here. 3 rows at a time is what it covers, but it's actually 5 because it sprays to the outside too. Let me go and turn this thing on, and I will show you right here. Yes, you are covering 5 rows as you spray this. Now, another really cool thing, I don't know if you can see it very well at all, but this thing, it self-levels. It's really crazy, right? It's because as I'm going along this, right, it's self-leveling. I'm on a little bit of a hill right here. Now, there's no way that I've found to be able to get this thing to fast farm or do anything like that. I mean, it's got a 3,400 liter capacity roughly, or 3,350, something like that. But there's no hitch or anything like that back in here. So unfortunately, there's absolutely no way to be able to fast farm that I've found other than just to use this. Because other than this, you're only doing 2 rows at a time. And with this one, you're able to do 5. Now, that was just one configuration that you could have of the 6030 here. Let me go and show you here in the store. It actually starts out as a harvester, or you can get an overloading harvester or the multi-row sprayer. So that's the one that we just took a look at there. But what about this harvester right here? This thing looks really cool. It's got all your stuff over on the sides, and it looks like it dumps out the back. I'm not really sure. Let's jump into the game and take a look at this thing because it's completely different than the other ones that I've seen already in base game. And here it is right here. I'm going to go ahead and turn this thing on, and we're going to go ahead and get started here. So it's going to harvest just like normal. Oh, that's a pretty cool animation. I like how it shows that it's shaking in there. That is really cool. Now, you can see back here, it's actually taking it and dumping it to both of the locations over here in the back. So I think the only way you're going to be able to unload this is if you get past your row and then you just dump it off like you normally would. Now, you can see that we are not getting a lot out of here. Only 370 liters. That's at 12%. So it looks like this is going to be like a 3,500 liter capacity, roughly somewhere in there. Guys, this is just the first version. What about that other overloading harvester? Yep, that's going to be this bad boy right here. And as you can see, it's got an auger coming off to the right. Now, I've already turned this thing on, so let me go ahead and bring this auger arm back in. I'm not sure exactly why it's there because, I mean, it. Okay, let me explain, okay? This thing is very interesting because you can see it wants to come back out, right? It wants to. Even though I'm trying to bring it back in, it just automatically wants to go back out all the time. I mean, it's just the way it is. But a very interesting thing about this, let me turn it on, and I'm going to go and start harvesting. Well, look at that. I do not have a trailer next to me. And down in the bottom, I don't have a capacity. So that's very interesting too. You can see the grapes are just like falling off the end, right? I don't know what that means, except that it like stores it because you can see that there's nothing else on the conveyor belt right now, right? So let me go ahead and pull this underneath here. And now it's filling up. I have 298 liters now. I had 147 before. So very interesting on how you're going to be able to actually use this overloading. I mean, I guess the cool thing about it is that if it does this and I can like do a whole field, maybe. I don't know. I don't know if I can do the whole thing, right? There's got to be some point, some internal storage, something like that. But if I could just keep doing this to get all the way to the end of the row and then back and then decide, hey, I'm just going to go and unload right here. I don't know. I mean, this may be only really for multiplayer is like the intention. I mean, look at that. The grapes are still going. They're just, there's no stopping them. There's literally no stopping them. But I'm going. We're going to harvest this. I'm going to get all the way down here to the end of this row and see how much more this picks up. All right. I have not unloaded this thing at all. I'm just about down here to the very end. I'm going to try and leave enough room. No. All right. We're going to pull off over here to the side. We're going to go get the trailer and see how much this thing has in storage internally. I don't know. All right. So we're sitting at 298 liters right now. Okay. That was a lot more of the row than I've ever done before. So if this thing has an internal storage capacity, the harvester itself, then this should be like, I don't know, 700, somewhere in there. Let's just go ahead and drive over this. No, 445. Doesn't make sense. All right, well, I just did the math on that, and yeah, it's like 147 to 150 liters is pretty much what the internal storage is. All right, so don't harvest all your vineyards and then unload it. You're gonna get 150 liters maybe. And here's a little bit more of that self leveling I was telling you guys about. I don't know if you can see it, but the left side of the machine, the driver's left, is definitely closer to the ground, like shorter. The actuator there is a lot closer than the one over here on the right. So it's like trying to self level, even though I'm on just a little bit of a hill. And if I go this way, you're gonna see that it's gonna switch, right? So that's what it's doing. If you're on some pretty aggressive hills, it's gonna try and keep that nice and level, the cab level for you, which is gonna be, you need that to be able to harvest the vines properly, because the vines go straight up and down, right? So I understand why it's doing it, but what I don't understand is why we have a harvester that you can't really use in single player. I mean, if you're on PC, you've got course play, which you could probably set up. I haven't done that with vineyards yet, but I don't see why it wouldn't. But I mean, you're gonna have to drive next to it the whole time anyway, so why not just harvest? This is an odd one to me. It really, really is. But this one right here, oh, I totally get this. 5 rows at a time, being able to fertilize, that is awesome. And if I look at here a little bit closer, you can see there's absolutely no way to attach anything that even resembles a trailer onto this thing. I don't see any way to attach a front lifter or anything like that to be able to get extra capacity. I think it is the way it is, guys. It is the way it is, unfortunately. Well, everybody, that's going to be it for today. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up if you would. If you want to stay up to date on my future DLC content here on the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell too. And while you're waiting on those future videos, go and check out one of these two right here. Have a great day, night, evening, everybody. Until next time, this is Driver 53 signing off.